Welcome back. Carbon capture is all the rage when it comes to climate innovation, but does it work? Diana Olick is at COP26 with a look at how one company is trying to use tech to battle climate change. Diana?
Kelly, agriculture is a great absorber of carbon, but when the plants die or are harvested, all that carbon is released out into the atmosphere. Enter Charm Industrial, a carbon capture startup that gathers up all that agricultural waste, or so-called biomass, like these almond shells, and it then grinds it all up, boils it, and turns it into an oil, which they then shoot deep underground.
So we can capture some of that CO2 before it gets re-emitted and put it back underground so that it reduces the fossil emissions that are still happening all around us.
Customers of Charm include Microsoft, Shopify, Square, and Stripe. Reinhardt is here at COP26 meeting with industry and government leaders as well as its customers, like Stripe's head of climate over the weekend, where better than at a Scottish sheep farm.
We're very focused on delivery and changing the narrative around the carbon removal industry to one of delivery. But we do need to also scale up demand and supply, and so there's a lot to figure out.
These companies use Charm's removal as a credit to offset their own carbon emissions. As the carbon credit markets ramp up, it is innovation like this that stands to make big green in a green economy. Kelly?
It's interesting to see if that'll work in the agricultural space, Diane. I know when it comes to power plants and that sort of thing, it's been a little bit more difficult for carbon capture to work.
Well, actually, we've seen a lot of innovation. In fact, we saw a company that actually uses these enormous fans to suck carbon out of the air and then heat it. So, again, it can liquefy and they can use it for other things, even put it into Coca-Cola if they want to use the carbon as bubbles. So there's a lot of innovation in this space, but obviously it needs more money. It needs to scale much bigger than it is already now to have a real impact.
Yeah, I know. It's funny you mentioned that in passing. It is true that, the big soda, anyone who's making carbonated drinks needs access to some of that as well. I think there was a shortage even the past couple months of price spikes. Diana, so much to cover. A very, very busy week there. We really appreciate you joining us. Diana Olick at COP26 in Glasgow.